Hello, and welcome to Khyber Shards, a 5th edition actual play show set in the Eberron campaign world. Hey, Colin.
Hey, Philip.
What happened last time?
We ransacked a closet inside the super safe and not creepy at all castle of the Laughing Lord. And then we met a scientist who we got nowhere with. So as Casey so eloquently put it, we terrorized him for terrorizing us. Then we took a trip on a slide that we had climbed up thinking it was stairs. And then we arrived to not see River like we had hoped, but instead see in all of her horrifying glory the Queen of Thorns. And I don't know where we go from here. Back to the closet.
Where we go first is we roll initiative.
Oh my gosh, that is where we left off. Oh man, it's been too long.
No, the dice gods are not appeased.
I'm so glad I have initiative on this, or advantage on initiative, because I rolled a nat
That's
1
way
on the
better
first
than
one.
my roll.
My first was a nat 1, so 17 is my initiative.
8 is shades.
Gulp. It's fine.
She's really upset by this.
Understandably. Pug process is upset a little bit different. I know I'm not the only one listening carefully for how many times he rolls dice. What else is in here?
All right.
Oh boy.
The Queen of Thorns, leering down at you from her perch amid the upper parts of this domed chamber at the top of the Laughing Lord's palace, says, "This is our domain." And it's Pog's turn.
Oh.
So, where you are is
Yes.
a large, round chamber, one with a domed ceiling, once upheld by stone pillars. Everything is covered in thorn vines. In the center of the room, sitting on a dais, is a throne, and in that throne is the Laughing Lord. He is completely wrapped around and crushed to the throne by thorn-covered vines, and his face is a frozen grin as he sits in the throne, which is partially crumbled under the tightening of the vines.
How far above me is she?
About 20 feet.
And how far to the throne?
About 30 feet, let's say. The room's about 60 feet across.
I don't know what she's gonna do. We can't be too close right now, I don't think. I have to check him, and I'm going to run over to the throne. And
Okay.
It's not all my movement, so I'll get there, and I'll try to swing at the right side of vines and see if I can get through any of them.
The vines, like, on the throne?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Make an attack. What weapon are you attacking with?
The great sword's what's been out.
Okay.
And that's a nat 20 for 27.
Nice.
Okay, so you're aiming at the thorns, though, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so you're not beheading the Laughing Lord.
No. I'm trying to cleave a side free to maybe pull him out.
I feel terrible that
Yeah.
you finally rolled a nat 20 with the Vorpal sword not targeting a creature. Like,
Yeah,
I feel
but
genuinely that hurt me But the Vorpal sword makes the distinctive sound as it just slices through the vines like they're tissue. With a nat 20, you carve a neat path through one side of the vines, and the Laughing Lord's body sort of slumps forward a little bit, and you hear him gasp as the vines finally release from around his chest.
And he's not freed yet. He's just like loosened.
No, he's with natural 20. He is freed.
Okay. In lieu of a second attack, can I try to grab him just to pull a few feet away from the throne?
Yeah.
That's all I'd like to do, just to pull him so that if those vines try to lash back out, he's at least got some space between him and the throne.
Okay. Get something into the initiative order then.
I hope that went as well as it feels like it did. Such uncertain.
Okay. Okay. As you pull him away, the Queen of Thorns looks down. He is mine. And she is going to attack you.
I get that. I brought this on myself.
So first attack is 22 to hit.
Okay. Sure.
Yeah, sure, yeah. You take 12 piercing damage. And second attack is the same number. But you take 7 piercing damage. And because she hit you twice, these two of these vines that are projecting from her back like spider's legs wrap around you, and you feel them tighten, and the vines, the thorns crush into you, and so you take an additional 3 poison damage.
That makes sense. Why wouldn't I? Okay. It's fine.
Yep.
It's fine. It's fine.
That is
the
the
Laughing
word that
Lord
describes the situation.
The Laughing Lord staggers away from Pog on hands and knees, essentially, just scrambles back from the attack. Shade, you're up.
I appreciate Cal being defensive of me with that growl there.
Yeah, he was upset that you are entwined. Shade speaks first, before doing anything, and just, your Majesty, you Miss Queen of Thorns, is River there? Can we speak to River?
We are only the Queen of Thorns.
But you look a little bit like River, and we just wanna. Okay, River, if you can hear us, we're here. We're here for you, but also you can't kill Pog. And I would like to do I'm so sorry. What are words? Okay. I would like to do the lightning hands produce flame just at the vines that are holding Pog. Like I don't want to attack her.
Okay.
But
so your options here. You can say what you said and then take that action. Or you can use your action and make a persuasion check to see.
I will do a persuasion check. That is Could it be a nature check instead?
Not.
But it's vines.
Right.
It's,
Right.
it's poison ivy we're talking to here. Maybe she doesn't really believe in what she's saying, you know? Like,
What did you get?
I rolled an 11. I'm going to push that. I am not hopeful that it will actually be any better, but gotta try, right? It is better by one.
It's better.
It is a 12.
Okay.
Technically.
12, you said?
Yes.
What Casey meant to say, universe, is maybe it's infinitely better.
Right.
That's stop taking her so literal.
Pog, just
Cool.
barely perceptibly, you feel the vines sort of bulk slightly as they tighten around you.
She's in there.
Coughing on the ground, the laughing lord, whose turn it is. Of course, she's in there, you fool. There's only her in there. Now, keep her busy. I'll handle this.
I'm the fool. You were in a chair.
And he catches his breath and begins speaking. Once upon a time, there was a beautiful princess and a charming lord. And they were separated by terrible, terrible leagues. And he's going to roll.
I'm regretting my only decision.
All right. So he launches into a story. Thistle looks around in saucer-eyed panic. What? What do we do? What do we do? She's got Pog. What do I do?
I could use some help.
Right. And she jumps into the air and flutters rapidly towards Pog. She looks at Pog, looks at the vines. I could try and cut them, or I could make you smaller.
Not that one. Not that one.
Yeah, okay. That's what I usually do to solve problems. I turn someone else into. Okay. And she takes the sword that the Forest Queen gave her, heaves it up, and swings it down as hard as she can against the vines, and rolls a 4. And so
God bless her.
The physics of swinging a sword while fluttering on butterfly wings are a slight problem. And
She's
so
spinning.
she just sort of like flips herself over in the air and catches herself in flight.
I love her, but I really need someone else here.
Pog, you're up.
Okay. Well, I am. Am I like fully held here, or can I try to make a pull across and swing? Or can I just
You're
make
restrained. So you can make a strength check to try and escape, or you can make an attack, but you'll have disadvantage if you make the attack.
I would like to make a strength check.
Okay.
That's a 20, not dirty 20.
Yeah, you take advantage of that hesitation and force the vines out from around you. and free yourself from the vines.
Has the Laughing Lord taken any movement away from me, or is he still where I had pulled him to?
Yeah, he's sort of scrambled away from you. He's probably only about 20 feet from you, though.
Okay. Then I'm going to move to him. The way you described it was like hands up, like he's weaving the tail.
Yeah.
So I'm going to chase him down. And as I run up to him, I'm going to be trying to yell over him, "River, don't listen to him. It's your family." And I'd like to take the butt end of the sword and try to hit the Lord in the back, not to incapacitate, to snap him out of whatever he's doing. If he's trancing of some sort.
Let's see. So you broke free and you're using movement. I will let you do that as a bonus action, and what it will do is it will impose disadvantage on his next check for what he's trying to do.
Okay.
So you're in his face, but to like really do something to him, you'll need an action.
Okay.
All right. The Queen of Thorns. As the Laughing Lord begins to weave his tail, the Queen of Thorns jerks her head to the side. No! And she... No! And thorns from all over the room just explode and fill the air for a brief second. I need everyone to make a dexterity saving throw.
Ooh.
$21.
I also rolled a 21.
Let's go. We should play games together, Casey.
Yes, we should. And Cal rolled a natural 20.
Oh, look at Cal. Awesome.
Okay. That's so cool.
That he is.
He is so cool. Okay. Hogshade and Cal, you all take... Oh, that was a really poor roll. You all take 6 piercing damage. The Laughing Lord takes more.
Oh, darn.
Right.
Oh, Thistle.
I have changed my feeling on this guy so much in 16 seconds.
Thistle also succeeded on the same.
Please forgive me. Do I have a thing where if I succeed on a dexterity saving throw, I don't have to take any of the damage?
No, that's your rogue character from the home game.
Okay.
Can we bring
I was
her
like,
in?
I can't find it.
I have a ranger in Baldur's Gate. It would be really helpful right now.
Very different person.
They're very different.
Yeah. Okay. And
I'm sorry, how much was that?
Turn.
6.
Thank
6.
you.
Yeah.
Hearing him try to start telling a story, Shade whips around to the Laughing Lord and goes, "Stop! It's not your story. It's hers." And casts Entangle. And I specifically would love to entangle vines across his mouth.
Yes, ma'am.
Nice. Okay, that's a strength save, right?
It is a strength save.
He rolled a natural 1.
Yes.
So yeah, but fortunately for the sorrowful young girl, the gallant lord was grabs at the vine that has just strapped itself around his head.
Excellent.
Awesome. It is his turn. He's going to.
I'm not forgetting about Cal.
Yeah.
I don't want him to attack.
Okay.
The Queen of Thorns. Are the picture here? Are the vines something that Cal can start climbing up?
Yeah.
Okay. He's
Yeah,
a jungle
Cal
cat.
would
He's
be-
going to start
Yeah,
climbing.
Cal would absolutely be able to climb up the pillars or the walls.
Excellent.
Okay. Cool. The Laughing Lord. What can he do without talking?
He can pass his turn. That's
Yes.
probably for the best. He can just
Give
sit
us a
one
thumbs
out.
up and move on.
He can tell us he's reconsidered.
That's verbal.
Turn him into a Scooby-Doo villain. Oh, I see what you were saying now.
I do
now I
like that
really-
analogy that
That's
we're
what
the
I
pesky
get
kids.
For,
Meddling kids.
that's what I get for building him like he's a bard. All of his spells have verbal components. So he's going to have to try and escape from the entanglement. So he begins struggling to get the vine from around his face. Oh, that's not a great roll.
I'd love to hear that.
Yeah, a 10 is not going to pass Shade's DC. So,
It is
yeah,
not.
he is fighting against this. Okay. Thistle. Okay. We haven't done a good combo thing in a while. Thistle suddenly goes, oh, I can do something. And she flies over to Shade and comes around and she casts a spell. She reaches into a pouch on her belt that's definitely made from, like, I don't know, an acorn or something, and pulls out what seems to be a fistful of glittery dust, and just sort of it throws it in the air. And I'm gonna have the Queen of Thorns make a wisdom or intelligence saving.
I love that Shade just got glitter bombed. It's my favorite attack in this whole campaign.
She's like, good job, Thistle.
Well, as where it lands on the vines, there's a pulse of the blue energy through the vines, and the glittering dust just goes to darkness, just darkens to dust and scatters. This goes, oh dear, that didn't work. Sorry, I'm trying. This is the worst adventure since the last one I was on. That's her turn. Lair action time.
Oh, good.
The two bulges form in the vines along the wall and burst, and a couple of those zombie-like creatures covered in thorns and vines shuffle out and toward you. They don't have enough movement to reach you, but they are both shuffling toward the two of you. And it's Pog's turn.
So with the distance between Shade and I'd like to know if these vines are holding River or if they're protruding from her.
Oh, you can definitely tell that they're protruding from River.
Okay. That's unfortunate. I don't love that. Okay. So how far am I from the two bubble boys that just got born?
They are coming from either side of the room. Then you would be about 20 feet from either one of them.
Okay, then I'm gonna run towards the one on my right side, we'll say, And then in my same spot, but in front of the other one, my echo is going to appear, and we're going to charge them both and make a simultaneous swing. So I'm going to use one of my attacks on each of them.
Okay, cool.
So Pog swinging. We're going to push the Pog swing. For a 21.
21 definitely hits.
For 9 damage.
You slice cleanly through its torso, and it collapses on the ground.
Awesome.
Nice.
And my echo will swing at his for 21.
Also hits.
For 9 damage. Wow.
Exactly the same thing happened, like a mirrored image.
Wow.
Of Hog
That's
and the
so
shadowy
cool.
cloaked figure rush towards them, and because it's the Feywild, it's like anime stuff, like the sword, and then there's this flash, and then the body slides to the ground.
And as I cleave through, turning my head back towards Shade, I just want to say, "Keep talking. She kind of knows us." And an air fist bump from the other side of the room.
Awesome.
Sorry to steal the coolest thing, Fairy. I love you. Thistle.
Okay, the Queen of Thorns. Yeah. Queen of Thorns says, "No, this is my domain. Get out!" And vines lunge up into the air from like the vines that were attacking Pog, snake down across the floor and lunge up at Shade. And they're gonna attack Shade. First attack is a 19 to hit.
Yeah.
That's 5. I'm sorry. No, that is 7 piercing damage. Second attack is not as good. It's a 14.
That does not.
Okay, so the first vine lashes across you. The second one has no effect. And it is Shade's turn.
Ow! Wait. You don't seem like you, and if you want to be here, then that's okay. But also, sometimes when we're really scared and really upset and have really, really big feelings, we attack the people closest to us, and that I get that. But if this isn't you, and if this isn't really what you want, then that's okay too. River, we just need to make sure that you're okay. We're here for you, and we care about you.
A persuasion check.
Yeah. Gonna push it. That's a 19.
Hey, that's good. Okay. Sorry, mathing. The blue dims just slightly for a moment. We were nothing before we came here. We must be something.
Can I respond to that?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay. Because I would like to use Cal. I don't even know what to roll for this. Okay, so in response to that, Shade is going to remind her of the things that she does have. So, nothing. The ocelot doesn't think that, and I would like Puss in Boots, cow eyes, and purr.
Yes.
He's been making his way up there.
Yes. Just lay on the Dr. Octopus vines and just head above
amazing.
her.
But he's not dumb. Like he's ready to like spring away too. But like we're gotta remind you.
Give me. I mean, I suppose this is a. Well, I'm sure Cal does not have proficiency in any of the charisma spells, so just give me a charisma check for Cal. I was trying to decide between performance and persuasion, but it probably doesn't matter because I assume Cal's not proficient in any. So give me a charisma check from Cal.
Okay. I can push for Cal, right?
Yep.
Okay. I rolled a 5. Ugh, that's an 11. That's better.
All right. That's not nothing. It is progress. The vines stretch toward Cal, but hesitate. The Laughing Lord, meanwhile, obviously that's what the Laughing Lord. The Laughing Lord suddenly just disappears into mist and reappears on the other side of the Queen of Thorns. It tastes awful. But not to worry, for the charming prince was there to be her knight and her champion and her king. And you see some of the vines on the floor start to draw themselves up and along his arms as he speaks.
I doubt it's possible, but did he pop up close enough to my echo for my echo to have been around him?
No.
Okay, worth a shot. Gotta ask.
Worth asking, but he saw what your echo does.
Yeah, I get it. I wouldn't have popped up next to him either, but I get it.
Okay. Thistle. Thistle, she's more, I can't, she's too powerful. I can't. Okay. Seems to be working from you. So, she reaches into a different pouch, and pulls out a different colored glittery dust and throws this onto your fur. And you feel lighter, as Thistle casts fly on you.
Think happy thoughts. Think happy thoughts. I believe.
Clap. And that's her turn. Pog, you're up.
Oh my goodness. Pog is, Shade just starts levitating in front of him. Whoa. Okay. So how far am I from the Laughing Lord?
You ran, you're like, you would be exactly 40 feet from him.
Okay. Well, I'm going to use my movement to get to him. And I'm going to try to punch him in the face and say, "Not your time to talk." That's all.
Are you punching with fists or are you punching with swords?
I'm punching with sword.
Okay.
And just because I can't punch with fists as well for some reason. I might have just killed the Laughing Lord. Because my greatsword just rolled a natural 20. For a 27. Did I just decapitate? I just decapitated the Laughing Lord. He'll come back in his story. It's fine. I wish I had OBS open right now because I cannot believe I'm seeing Vorpal Greatsword and 20s. Just wow. Okay.
There is no save for this. And the Laughing Lord, let's see, does not have legendary actions. So what I want you to do is roll damage for me, but in addition to the damage that you would normally roll, please roll 6d8
Okay.
extra. And that would be in addition to critting. So you'd be rolling an extra d6 from the crit, and I think you get another extra d6 from being a barbarian.
Okay, so I'm going to roll 6d6
And
6d8, and then I'm going to add 3. Because that's
believe
my normal
that's-
damage gets 3 added. Just plus 3, not 3 more die.
But also plus your strength modifier, right?
Oh, yeah. Okay. This is a number I'm not prepared for, I think. 59 and 3 and 3. So 65 damage.
65 damage. That's amazing.
That is amazing.
So,
Boy, I hope I don't have to leave this sword here.
in addition to all of the damage, you take a big swing, and the blade just passes cleanly through his neck. It looks exactly, Shade, as it did when the Green Knight struck Pog. It just passes through, and then you see the blood well from the neck. The voice is immediately just cut off, and the Laughing Lord goes, and then his head just sort of slumps off, and his body staggers forward a couple paces and then pitches onto the ground.
Can I say that as it staggers forward, Pog chest shoves the body so it falls over?
Yeah.
River, you're safe. I promise. We're here for you.
That's amazing.
That's amazing.
Wow.
I think I ended the story for him for now. Roll credits.
The Queen of Thorns says, Stop. I don't know who I am anywhere else. I have to. This is someone to be, and it's just the vines are just writhing and lashing in all directions, and one lashing at Shade, not a great roll, 15.
Does not hit.
And the other at Pog for 18.
Yeah.
Pog, you take 12 piercing damage as the vine just slashes across you, as she just seems to be in full panic mode. And Thistle. This is a way Thistle might be able to help. Thistle goes, she needs a story! She needs a story! She needs a story! She needs a story! Tell her a story. Shade's turn.
Once upon a time, oh gosh, there was an incredible half druid Dryad. River, I'm not great at stories, but I'm going to try, okay? And she is powerful and kind and awesome and loyal and protective. And somebody took her. Well, multiple somebodies took her. River, I'm so sorry. But she got out of those situations. She had friends that helped her in the first story, and then she had friends that came back and helped her in the second story. Can you have a story within a story? I think that's what you do. So sure, right, River? And she was scared, and so she put spikes on herself to scare people away. But they didn't work. They didn't work because the people that loved her still loved her and know whether or not she has spikes. She is awesome and kind and powerful, even without the spikes, and with the spikes too.
Make a persuasion check with advantage.
$12.
Okay. Thistle. Thistle casts an illusion spell and begins accompanying the story with very rough shapes in colored lights in the air. Pog's turn.
My echo can be cast in a new place and the other one disappears. So I would like to cast the ghostly echo right, holding on to the vine right next to River. And I'd like to carry on this story that Shade was saying, speaking through the echo. I can trade places with it if I need to. I can bamf there.
Okay.
But I would like to say, and loved. River was so loved. This princess had a whole new story in a whole new world with a cast that cared so much about her. And she made her own world inside of it in a grove.
Make a persuasion check with advantage.
It's a 23.
That's fantastic.
I remember that. You rescued me, and I rescue you, and the trees in the grove were new, and I made them more.
You made us more.
And there is a shift in her eyes towards the golden yellow. Oh. I'm sorry. You're just trying to help, and I'm sorry.
Are the vines still holding tight? Is she lowering at all, or is she still in the same place?
She begins to lower herself towards the floor.
I would like to walk towards the center and hold out just to help her dismount if that's her intention.
She sets foot on the floor, and the vines slowly start to unravel from around the pillars and draw back until they're sort of waving loosely around her. Oh, there were a lot of people here. Did I hurt you? I'm sorry.
It's okay. We do a lot of things when we're scared and confused and angry. People shouldn't kidnap you. That's...
Oh, right. Yes.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Are you okay?
I think so. I'm different.
You are.
What do we do now?
What do you want to do now? I mean, we can go see the Forest Queen. This is Thistle. She helped us.
It's our new friend.
Yeah.
We did it, says Thistle.
We did.
With your help. That flying was real cool, ma'am.
Yeah, I wish I'd thought of it sooner.
River, the only thing that we need to know before we decide what we do now is, do you want to come home with us? Do you want that?
I do. I don't know what happens to this place if I go. I feel like I am in control here. I don't know what happens if I'm not here. Does it become his again? And she looks at the remains of the Laughing Lord.
Oh. Good job,
Well,
Pog.
Thank you. That it was a lot easier than I expected, to be honest with you. I thought it was going to be harder than that, but this is a really cool sword. I don't know a lot, but if I heard the words right, this wasn't his. He has been taking places that are not his. And I'm hopeful that the queen, the Forest Queen, will know more about what's good for here for us to do.
Yeah, that's a good point. We could go ask the Forest Queen what would happen if you are here or not here.
I can only imagine the feeling, because I don't think I've ever been in control before. So I can't imagine that responsible's feeling. But
Yes. Okay. Then we should talk to her. Right? That's what we should do. We should talk to her.
I think it would be helpful.
Okay. Then we'll. Okay, then we'll do that. I should fix this first.
I was just gonna ask if there were still vines all around the walls and everywhere.
And she concentrates, and the thorns start to withdraw into the vines, and they start to crawl back down the walls and unraveling around the pillars. And slowly a now quite disheveled and wrecked up throne room emerges with broken windows. Looking out of the windows, you can see the palace gradually emerging from the briars. Also pretty disheveled from its previous state. That didn't really fix it, did it?
Oh, I think the vines were kind of holding it up in a couple of places.
Right, okay. I was just very angry.
Now that I do understand.
Yeah. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense.
Right, okay. So we should talk to the queen then and find out what we need to do to fix it.
Is it just you now? Because you said we a whole lot.
Felt like I was more than just me. I was all of the things that were trapped in the vines at once.
Whoa. Yeah, whoa.
Yeah, it's quieter now.
Do you want? And she brings out. Shade brings out a roll from the Forest Queen's table. Are you hungry? I think this would help.
Okay. And she puts out a hand and takes the roll and just stands there and eats the roll for.
I'd like to go over to the Laughing Lord's body and try to find. I mean, yeah, I'm gonna kind of loot him, but look for something identifying to be able to take to the Forest Queen. I don't really want to carry his head.
Right.
Like some other
There's
things.
a tree you could take it to.
He is
true.
wearing he's wearing a crown made of vines and thorns. Well, his head is made of vines and thorns. He has a nice looking curved short sword. He's wearing bracers with some kind of distinctive curving patterns etched into them.
Okay, I'm going to give the short sword to Shade to carry or keep or however she chooses to, and I'll take the jewelry and adornments that he has and just kind of bundle them up to take to the Forest Queen.
Okay.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay. Ready then?
Are you?
Oh, I think so. Do you think she'll be angry?
With him?
Okay.
Yeah. She's had a pretty good understanding of things. I think she's going to listen before she gets a feeling.
Okay.
She's very wise.
That's it. I knew there was a words for it.
And River reaches out, and the vines twist out from around her hands again, and snake across the floor, and then work their way up and arch up into a ring of
Whoa.
twisting thorn vines.
Whoa.
The air in the middle of which seems to shimmer like air above a fire, like sort of ripple with energy.
What that
Huh.
seems new. You haven't always been able to do that, right?
I don't think so. I just kind of know how to do that.
Oh,
Well, it's really cool.
yeah.
Do you know where it goes? Because that's not been a certain thing for us since we started walking through these things.
Yeah, this'll just takes us places in hopes.
And then I get my head cut off. We'll tell you on the way. But
When I did it, I saw it went to the Forest Queen, but now you have said more words that make me worried about whether it actually goes to the Forest Queen.
Pug
Yep.
softly
That's
rests
how
his
it works.
hand on her shoulder and goes, "Oh, I trust you then."
Okay. So then to the Forest Queen.
Come on, Thistle. Yep. You did really, really good.
Yeah, it was the best adventure since the last one I was on.
I think it was probably better than your last one, if you're honest with us, though, right?
I think so. Maybe. The last one was like the best one I had ever been on, though.
Yeah, but that was before you went on this one.
Yeah.
With us.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is like the best one I've ever been on.
You should take a couple of days without the dust in your pockets and see if you remember things a little clearer.
Why? That's how I do things.
Just a suggestion. See, we have a friend that used to drink that way as we walk through the portal.
And that is where we will wrap up this episode. Thank you for watching Khyber Shards. If you'd like to get in touch with us, you can find links to all of our social media in the description below, along with a link to our Discord and a link to Colin's Twitch, where he is Sorry BTR. The O is a 0. New episodes of Khyber Shards drop every Monday, and new Khyber Shards answers on Fridays. And until next time, thanks for rolling with us. You forgive me now, everybody? Okay? She's fine.
No!